Hey, 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 how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah. Hey, hey. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. I'm Rosemary Nonny Knight. How are you doing? Okay, I have no idea completely what we're going to be talking about today, except I felt the need to come on. Probably because I'm missing my husband who is in America right now. And I don't like it when he's away. I don't like it when he's away. I kind of get all into myself and all weird and crazy. It's always been this way. And even though now I have children, even when we were before children, that was the same thing. It was always kind of yucky when he went away. It was kind of yucky when he went away. Okay. So I always felt kind of, I don't know, as if I lost half of myself. I know I'm an independent woman. And yet, I quite like having my husband about. Basically, I don't talk to him all the time, but it's just nice to have him in the background somewhere. I was telling him that this evening. It's like, even if you were here, I wouldn't be doing anything with you, but you'd be here. That's all. That's all I like. I just like that. But anyway, this is the thing I kind of got to talking about how seriously I take myself sometimes, and how seriously we all take ourselves sometimes as well. This whole, I don't even know. All I know is I was listening to my thing this morning, I choose my dreams, I choose my calling, I choose my vision, I choose me, I choose my dreams, I choose my calling, I choose my vision, I choose me. I was listening to myself singing that this morning because I listened to the thing again, and I kind of got to thinking about how we have this one life. This one life. I get the privilege of hanging out with my husband. That's really cool. When he's not around, I still get the one life. I still get to be thankful for this one life that I have. We're very blessed indeed that we live in this day and age where you can actually make friends all across the world if you chose to. You can carry that dream, that calling, that vision that you have inside of you. You can put it out into the world and find your people so much easier than you could ever have done before. No, it's not always easy because it takes getting over your fears, getting over your, because you want to take yourself seriously, as in you want to take your vision, your calling, your all of that stuff seriously, but you also don't want to take it so seriously that you think, sometimes people take it so, they're so worried about what people will think of them. I get so worried about what people will think of me sometimes, but most of the time I just ignore that and just kind of put myself out there anyway, ultimately, because I choose the dream more than I choose my need to appear as if I have it all together. Although sometimes I think in the process of actually putting yourself out there, people do think that you have it all together. Anyway, and it's not that of course we've all experienced some level of success, especially in this community. We've experienced some level of success, not necessarily always doing the things that we want to do, but with things that we felt we had to do, okay? And that's fine. And now we start to think about things that we would rather be doing with our lives. We start to think about our actual calling, the difference we want to make, the difference we want our life to be about. But then sometimes we take it so seriously because it's like I was trained to be a pharmacist. Pharmacist wears suits and sounds proper all the time and all of this stuff so that people take you seriously. But then people never really see your heart. Hello, Martin. How are you? I'm good. Missing my husband. That's what I'm doing. Missing my husband today because he's away in California right now. San Francisco. He's possibly looking around the place. And I am here with the 3 children, which is awesome and not all at the same time, basically. So yes, I'm generally okay. Just, as I say, missing the husband. I don't like it when we're away from each other. I don't like going away either. I always look forward to going away until I go away and then realize, I don't want to be away from everyone. But anyway, that's me, as you asked. I told, basically, Martin, how are you? How are you? That's what I want to know. How are you? How are you? And just singing this thing again, because I'm just kind of bringing myself back to that, which is, I choose my dreams, I choose my calling, I choose my vision, I choose me. Hey, Shay! How you doing, honey? I am very well, as I just said, missing the husband. I'm sorry, everybody that asks me how I'm doing right now, I'm just going to tell you that I'm missing the husband. I am missing the husband. It's not as if we're going to spend all day talking to each other, but it's just nice to know that he's somewhere in the house and he's not at the moment. And that is, in fact, he's not even in the country. And that's annoying to me. And I have a bit of a toothache since we're talking about the stuff about how I'm doing. I'll tell you it all, man. I'll tell you it all. I am here though. Loving life mostly, missing the husband, having toothache, loving the children, having a night chick week, which is interesting for sure. Enjoying Sunday. Haven't been to church this morning, so I have been to church this morning, which is cool. I'm doing tons of prep. Oh my gosh, are you in Florida, Shay? Where are you? Oh my goodness, tons of preparation. Run, man, run! Because I always want to live in America, and then I hear about these hurricanes, and I keep thinking, my goodness, that's kind of scary, man. All I can see in my mind's eye is like the Wizard of Oz thing. Wizard of Oz, Dorothy, kind of the house flying through the air and all of that stuff. Does that actually happen? I don't know. I don't really watch the news, so maybe the pictures of what hurricanes look like. Are you setting up for evacuation for real? Are you in Florida, Shay? Where are you? Because my mom and my sister are in Florida, actually. My sister says she's not in the path of it. I haven't really spoken to my mom. I hope she's okay. And my cousin also lives in, where is it? Somewhere near Disney. I don't know where that is. Where is it? I've been there. So it's Orlando, but not really. It's quite near Disney, wherever that is. Is that where the hurricanes are going? My sister did say that my mom and cousin may be in the path of it. You're in Douglasville, Georgia. Is it actually coming to Atlanta as well? I suppose that's the next state along, isn't it? So I suppose on its path away, it might decide to come and meet you. So are you leaving or are you sticking around? What are you doing? When you say when you're preparing, what does that mean? What do you do to prepare? Because that's one of the things. Whenever I'm moving house, I always kind of look for a house on a hill somewhere. So just in case, because I never actually ever want to go through flooding. I haven't. I've survived it so far. And even when there's been floods here in Birmingham and things like that, they haven't come to our house. We always seem to be living on top of a hill somewhere. But yeah, to all of y'all that are in fear of this stuff, man, I send you my prayers and my well wishes, because it's kind of scary, isn't it? Disney is shut down. Really? Wow. All of Florida is evacuated. I should probably call my mother, man, and find out how she's doing. Actually, my goodness, I don't know, because when you're not in the middle of it, you kind of take it seriously. And people like me that don't watch the news, really, yeah, I hear of it, but I figure that no news is good news. But maybe no news is no news because nobody can reach me. I don't know. I will check. Actually, I should check. Well, I hope you're okay, Shay. I hope you're okay. When do you guys expect it in Atlanta? Is there any kind of indication as to when it's going to come? Or is it definitely coming? Tell me. I want to know. My goodness, it's kind of scary. It's scary, as I say. I do imagine Dorothy and going to Kansas. No, that's not. She was in Kansas. She was trying to get back to Kansas. But anyway, yes, it's probably not like a movie. It's probably a lot scarier than that, actually, to have your house being blown around and having all this weather coming at you. That's kind of scary. It is kind of scary, actually. Anyway, I could stop meandering about that. But yes, I send you guys all my well wishes because it is a scary time, I imagine. And even if it's not completely scary, it's kind of inconvenient when you're trying to live life and then things kind of come in your way, which I suppose is what happens in life. Things come your way. You have to deal with it. Some things you don't have to deal with, but we feel that we have to. And in this one life that we get, you know, we have to be very wise about where we're putting our priorities or where we're spending our time. Are we spending our time focused on things that we don't? Well, okay, like a hurricane you have no control over. So I suppose the best thing to do is to get out of the path. Thank you for prayers. My family's in the Bahamas. Okay, gosh, and I've not heard from any of my siblings. That's true, actually, because it started in the Bahamas or somewhere, didn't it? Yes, we have to prioritize, Kyan says. But yeah, it did. Tell me, did the hurricane come from somewhere? Did it come from the Bahamas? I'm sure. Did I hear this? I'm not really sure. And then it came over to Florida and onwards. We went to the Bahamas, my daughter and I, last year, or was it the year before? I don't remember anymore. But yes, prioritize. Yes, we must prioritize. And sometimes the things that we think we have to prioritize are really just stuff that we've been told we have to prioritize. But then I sometimes wonder if you were really, you were on your 90th year. I was just thinking about the guy that just died, Bruce Forsyth. He was an entertainer, and he seemed to really keep going strong, even though I think he was in his 80s or 90s or something. He was dancing around and everything, but then he died recently. But anyway, on your 90th year, sorry, my mind is going everywhere, so you're just kind of following me around this place, from hurricanes to Bruce Forsyth to everywhere. But 90th birthday, looking back on your life, will some of the things that you consider to be really important right now, will they still be important? Will they still be important? Would some of the priorities you're putting in place, the things that you're responding to all the time, would they be important? On your 90th, your 100th, I'm told that this generation, we could be the ones that live until who knows what age, that science has found ways for us to live, or maybe it's just my daughters, I'm not sure. But imagine that, looking back at your life, will you think that the things that are so important to you right now are actually as important as you thought? I wonder. It's just always something to think about, for sure, and definitely a good perspective check. Because we are blessed, okay? We are incredibly blessed that we get to live in this day and age where it's like I'm talking to Shay here, I'm talking to Kyan, I'm talking to Martin, all of y'all are in different countries from me. Different countries from me. None of you are in the UK at all. And yet we get to speak. Suddenly we're not limited by really anything. Okay, apart from the fact that if someone doesn't have the internet, then yeah, that's a limitation. But even that's changing. I think about years ago when I left Nigeria, no one really had phones. Nobody had access to the internet. It was that, computer was that, oh my gosh thing. I remember coming to this country first when I was 17. Well, actually, no, that was my second time of coming to this country. When I was 17 and going to college, and there was these computers. There were like 3 computers for the whole college, and that was in the UK. And I just used to stay in college until like 8 p.m. just learning how to use these things because it was so fascinating to me. It is lovely to have these connections, isn't it? It was so fascinating to me, the ability to just get onto the internet. It was slow and everything then, but it was really fast because we didn't know any better. And now, everybody, it's like my daughters. I remember thinking when I was giving birth to my children, or when I started to think about having children, that I'd have one desktop computer in the middle of the house that everybody would have to share. But that I wasn't looking forward to the fact that at this day and age, everybody has laptops now. So suddenly I have 3 daughters with 3 laptops, and it's like, whoa, that's a lot of stuff to be keeping on top of, basically. And it's like life, we're blessed. Blessing comes with a heck of a lot more responsibility as well. But we are blessed, though. We are blessed. We live in a day and age where we can do anything, and yet sometimes we still operate in so much fear. We still operate in so much fear. What if you just took the fear away? I was just thinking about how sometimes I am so prim and proper, trying to look a certain way, even though, yeah, I come with my guitar and I'm singing, but there's a part of me that still kind of holds back. Still holds back from just being my silly old self, thinking, oh no, I need to present myself in a certain way, so that this and that and the other. And it's like, you know what? I know what I know. I am who I am. I don't need to be whoever I think people think I need to be in order for people to, for my people to accept me. I can just be who I am, surely. Spread the blessings, not the fear. Absolutely, we must. But it's for us to spread the blessings, we have to own, I suppose we have to own our blessings, and we have to own our fearless side. Our fearless side. I think, Kyan, you do really well with it, actually, because you just show who you are. And I like that. That is pretty dang awesome, honey. It really is. And I think that there's room definitely for me to grow into letting even more of my professional side just go. I don't think I'm super professional at all, but I do think that there is parts of me that still kind of holds back a little bit, holds back and tries to look a certain way when it's like, you know what, I am who I am, okay? I do know what I know. I don't need to pretend to be anything. I get this one life. I would hate to look back and think that I just was so constricted, so stuck in my little tower, trying to put on a front all the time. No, I would hate that. And I'm thankful that, yes, I am becoming more courageous, just letting myself out there. But I see so many people, you have this call. You want to make this difference, but you're so stifled by what you think people might think of you, and you're trying to present yourself in a certain way, but that certain way is stifling you. It's, I don't know, it's just stifling. We love you as you are in all your expression. Thank you very much. Haven't seen me dancing yet or something. I don't know. But yes, I know I am freer than most, but I do think there's even room for more freedom, even from me. There's room for more freedom. Room for me just to really just completely show up as who I am with no fear, and not caring who cares to judge me. If someone wants to judge, then yeah, they're not my person, and so it doesn't actually matter. And I know I say this stuff to all clients and such, but you know, even I have to think about this stuff. Where am I overthinking things? That's always the question. Well, it's not always the question, but it definitely occurs to me from time to time. I'm not dancing right now, but but you know what? I was just thinking to myself how I really like. Okay, I'm so proud of this page. Actually, we got to 100,000 today, or was it yesterday? And that was pretty dang cool, man. 100,000 people! Now, where are all of y'all? That's what I want to know. So, I want to speak to more of the people on the page for sure. That would be really dang awesome. But it's like, I don't even know why I said that, but I'm still excited about it. I was looking at the numbers and thinking, wow, 100,000, man. Let's keep this party going. Let's keep this party going. But yes, nonetheless, it's like 100,000 people from all over the world. And that's looking at the numbers around where people are from. It's everywhere. And it's pretty dang cool that I get the privilege of that. Ooh, did I ever share how I did my first live last spring and I danced? Wow, while stirring oatmeal in this puffy, comfy outfit. But I felt brave and went for it. Love that, honey. That is pretty awesome. And thanks, Shay. Thank you, Shay. No, yeah, it's pretty awesome to get to 100,000 for sure. I've been working on it for a while. But then at the same time, it's like, yeah, but then I want to see more people. I actually want to speak to more of the people on here. And I know that for a lot of people that like the page, there is fear around showing up. It's like, sometimes I get on the phone with people and they say to me, oh, Rosemary, you have no idea how long I've been following you, and I haven't liked anything. I haven't commented on anything because it's almost like I don't want anybody to know that I'm watching you. And I'm just like, I wish you would. Because it's like, okay, thankfully, my vision is so powerful to me that I just continue to do what I do, regardless of response. But, you know, it's always encouraging, isn't it? It's encouraging, isn't it? When people kind of tell you that what you're doing is of use to them. But I know, that's the thing. Thankfully, I know, so it's fine. I just keep going anyway. But and thankfully, of course, there's the other results that are not necessarily very in your face or very obvious, but for me, they are, so I can see them. So that obviously it tells me that I'm doing something right. But then at the same time, there's a part of me that would just do what I do because it is what I'm called to do. It is what I'm called to do. Thankfully, yes, I've created a lifestyle where I can do more of what I like to do because, yeah, and I continue to work pretty dang hard to continue to realize the dreams I have for myself and my family and all of that stuff. But then I also really, the thing is, there's that desperation inside of me for you guys too. I'm kind of looking into the distance here. For you guys as well to really do what it takes, because I know the pressure, I know how tough it can be to hold on to the vision when it almost feels as if nothing is working the way you want it to. I know what it's like sometimes to be at the bottom and feel as if you're working your way up, or I know what it's also like to be successful in the eyes of everyone else, but know that you're on the wrong path for you. But then you're torn between, should I continue to do what I've always done, at least it's successful and it's paying my bills, or should I go after the big dream? And for me, it took actually, I had to self-sabotage in some ways in order for me to find the courage to, okay, well, we're at the bottom now, we may as well find our rightful path. And I've done that in so many things, I suppose, even like marrying my husband, who I'm absolutely missing to death. And it's like the whole family, when I came to marry him, they were against it. And it was like everybody coming out of the woodwork and yelling at me or trying, the good cop, bad cop. Basically, people I've not spoken to in years telling me what they felt I needed to do. And it's things like that. And I remember having to take the leap. It was actually, I actually broke up with him because the pressure was so high. And then after breaking up with him, I kind of was praying and really asking for guidance, because the only reason why I broke up with him was because in the middle of all of the chaos, I wasn't really sure what Spirit was saying to me, and I wasn't willing to get into a marriage because I was the only one going to be married to him, into a marriage without knowing for sure that at least Spirit was on my side. If God was on my side, then I didn't really care what anybody else had to say, basically. And I did have this kind of vision of jumping off a cliff, which is actually what I wrote about today. Jumping off a cliff and just trusting that I would be caught. And yeah, thankfully, so far, that's not to say that tomorrow we won't all go to pot, but so far, 16 years, and we're doing good. 3 awesome princesses, and it's just pretty dang amazing. But if I'd not taken that leap in the first instance, if I'd listened to my fears, if I'd listened to family, if I'd listened to whatever, I wouldn't have had these 16 years. And I've had to make choices like that many, many times, around business, around all kinds of different things, where it's like, you know what, I am the only one that actually gets to live this my life. I am the only one. So I get it that you all have opinions about how you think I should live my life, but you know what, I'm the only one that gets to answer for it. Congratulations on 16. Yeah, 16 years, man. Basically. Still remember getting married 3 weeks after my second year exams at university. I remember my family did think I was going to drop out of uni because he hadn't been to uni at that point. So they thought I was going to drop out. He was going to lead me astray. And it's like, do you even know me? Do you even know me? Do you think anybody can lead me astray or lead me where I don't want to go? Basically. Needless to say, I did finish uni. Not that I enjoyed it, but at that point, I felt I had to finish uni because there was no way I was, having lived in Nigeria and seeing what it's like to have no education, there was no way I was going to be education free. Now I think about things a lot differently than the way I used to, because I realize that having an education doesn't actually mean anything that much these days, frankly. It might mean something in Nigeria with lots of pieces where everybody wants a piece of paper from you. Oh, you need this piece of paper, you need that piece of paper. But I just think, no. I know, I feel like saying to others, do you even know me or see me? Yes, that's how I feel. A lot of the time when people say some stuff to me and they say it to me as if they know me better than I know myself. And I'm thinking, do you know me at all? Really? Because if you did, surely you wouldn't think that or whatever. But in the end, I kind of stopped. I've gotten to the point, I think, mostly of just not caring as much anymore as I used to about what people think or what people want me to be. I've started to care more, and I suppose that's what that whole affirmation is about. I choose my dreams. I choose my calling. I choose my vision. I choose me. And it all sounds so, yeah, well, some people would say that sounds selfish. I choose me. Other people would say that sounds too idealistic, that you can't make it happen and it's too easy or something, but it's not. I remember writing a post about the because I want to lifestyle. It's not for the weak. It's not, because some of the things that you are going to have to say no to, those things are scary to say no to. Yes, that's awesome. Congrats on the beautiful longevity of your marriage. Yes, thank you. I don't know that some of the things that in order to claim that, choosing your vision, choosing your calling, choosing your dreams, choosing you, there are some things you're going to have to say no to. And those things, it's like a coach of mine wrote recently that you don't realize that you have to be ruthless with certain things. It's like even marrying my husband, I had to be ruthless with family tradition, family that I'd known since I was born, that nobody came to my marriage, nobody came to my wedding except my siblings. Just my siblings came and my foster mother, for goodness sake. But my own mom didn't come, even though she was in the country. It was all of that. It was like a choice I was making to step away from everything that was familiar to go with what I didn't know. It could all end up badly wrong. I was just trusting God, really, basically, and trusting that in the end, I will be fine. I will be taken care of. And it's the same with business. Sometimes you're doing stuff in your business that people around you don't get. They don't understand why you're doing it. We're all brave. We're all brave. When you choose to be in business, when you choose to go after the call on your life, It sounds so hunky-dory and wonderful, but there's a reason why people don't do it, and it's because sometimes you have to be ruthless. Sometimes you have to be courageous in ways you didn't even imagine. Sometimes you have to say no to things that normal people would just say yes to because it's just what normal people do. And nobody will understand it unless they are on the same kind of journey as you. They will just think you're being unnecessarily awkward. And in fact, that still happens with me. People just think I'm being awkward. People just think I'm being standoffish and this and that and the other. And it's like, well, you just don't see the vision that I see. And that's okay. Because I get to choose me. It's not always easy to do. It's not always easy to do. Sometimes the most you think it's, I don't know how to, it's like, people tell me about, oh, I don't have the money to do something. And it's like, what's that got to do with anything? Because the normal way is to wait until you have everything lined up and then do stuff. But that's stupid. You'll never do anything. You'll never do anything, basically, if you're waiting for that. It's like, that is one of the most common things that people say to me. Oh, I don't have money. It's like, yeah, as if anybody had money when they got started. Basically, unless you were somehow blessed enough to have loads of money being handed to you, mostly you take some risks and you figure stuff out. So what if you have no money? Do you want your dream or don't you? Oh, I don't have time. Yeah, and do you want your dream or don't you? I don't know, I'm being a bit whatever, but it's truth. You know, the because I want to lifestyle, there's a reason why most people don't live it, and it's because it's actually scary to get everything you want. It's scary, and I know it's almost a contradiction to say that, but it's the truth. It's scary to get everything you want. Because in order to get everything you want, you have to let go, for real, of the things you don't want. For real. You actually have to consciously say, you know what? I know I've kind of lived with this forever and everybody keeps expecting me to do this thing, but you know what? No, I'm just not doing that anymore. And that is plain scary to do. There are some very obvious things that I've, recent times, man, it's like spirit pain bringing certain things to my attention. And it's like, oh my gosh, I just thought that was normal, but it's not. It's not normal. Oh, well, it is normal, but if I want the dream and the calling and the difference and the vision and me, then it can no longer be normal to me. I have to freaking let it go. And some of that stuff is pretty dang scary. To live outside the rules of regular, normal, everyday life that everybody lives. To actually be the odd one out. You always felt like the odd one out, but now you're consciously choosing to be the odd one out. And it's, yeah, it demands bravery. It demands courage. It's not enough just to say you want it. You're going to have to choose it every single day. But you know what? We get one life and we are incredibly blessed that we get the option. That we get the option of doing that. I think everybody has the option. But I think it's easier for us here in the UK or US or whatever. But you know what? The truth is, anybody that wants the option can have it. Everybody can create the life they want. But not everybody has the courage to do what it takes to create the life they want. Because you have to let go of certain stuff, like religious beliefs. Some certain religious beliefs make you feel victim-y. I don't think that was God's original intention. I think it was just people trying to control other people or to make them feel better. And so telling them, don't worry, you don't have to. Yes, you do. If you want, if you want to make a difference in a bigger, bolder way, and you want the calling and you want the vision, then there is no playing small in any area of life. There is being brave continually seeking to take off layers from you so that you can live that big, amazing life that you are born for. Continually seeking to renew you. Remember who you are born to be. Continually seeking to live to your highest. Wow. Yeah, and some days it feels tough to do that. Oh, thanks, Kyan. Thank you, Kyan. Some days it feels tough to do that. Tough to know that in some ways it's an endless journey. Because we're not going to get, yeah, we have goals that we're working towards. And yes, for some of y'all, when you get to a certain money level, then that will start to feel at least a bit relaxed around the money side of things. But you know what? It doesn't stop there. That's just like phase one. We get the money sorted. That's phase one. And then there's the actual realization of who you are born to be, living to the fullness of your potential. So that goes beyond just making money. That goes into stripping off lots of stuff. Most people stop at the money, but that's not me. And I don't think that's you. I think we want it all, literally. In which case there is no end. And if you look forward too far, you start to feel as if, will I ever feel there? Maybe you won't ever feel there. Maybe you will always be stripping off and moving forward. What if you just got used to that instead of thinking there's some there? That was just taught to us in school. There is no there. We're alive. We continue to expand. Why would we want to stop? Because anything that stops growing just dies. Yeah, we want to get the, yeah, you know what? Yeah, definitely. And I do believe every single person can get the money side of things sorted out whilst living out the call in your life. No doubt in my mind that you can do it. But then, you know what? That's, as I said, it's phase one. Now we want to level up beyond that. So in fact, let's get that part done quickly. So that we can move forward into the more, into the, okay, now that I'm not thinking about money every waking second, let's see what else my life is to be about. Who am I called to be? Oh yes. Next level. Wow. Whoo, okay. That is just me musing out loud, ultimately. And just as I bring this to a close of my musings, let me invite you, because there's some, yeah, you know what, to the Abundance Mastermind. I want to work with 6 people on a closer kind of level where we're looking at your stuff and we're leveling you up, okay? One of the things I know that made a heck of a lot of a difference to me was actually working with people who were moving forward, working with people who had what I wanted, working with people who thought the way I wanted to be thinking. That really, you know, going into this mastermind group really changed my life. And that's why I create this space, the Abundance Mastermind, and I make it accessible in terms of pricing because I know that I paid a heck a lot more for my stuff. Thanks, I love working with you as well, Kyan. And, you know, and so I am, this Abundance Mastermind, which is actually going to include, yeah, all the practical stuff of building a business. But it's not just for people who are in business right now. Yeah, I do. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I do believe that how can you create true abundance? I don't know, when you're limited in terms of your wage and all of that stuff. I do think you want to be in control completely of your income, which anyway, you know what? It's not just for entrepreneurs, but it is for people who know that they're born for more and they're ready to start doing something about it and they're tired of living within the constrictions of regular life, of reasonable life. And if that's you, then you need to have a look at it, okay? It's the Abundance Mastermind. It actually is going to be including Purpose-Driven Profits as well now, because I've decided to combine the two into one. So you get all the training from Purpose-Driven Profits, but then for me, it's not really about the training. Sometimes people think it's about the tips, the tricks, the strategies, but it's not. It's about beyond that. Yes, you need those. Of course you need those. Yes, you do need to know what you need to do, but it's beyond that, because sometimes you know what you need to do, but you're not doing it. So then it's this mastermind group is a place to be held accountable, to kind of really let me help you see what you're not seeing. Because there's something about me being outside of your life and also being in connection with Source. I can point things out to you that you won't be able to see alone. Work with me. Your dedicated, diligent attention has helped you so much. I'm so thankful to have been of service to you, honey, and to continue to be. So very cool. But yes, so the invitation goes out to all of y'all to join the mastermind. Okay, it's rosemarynonnyknight.com/abundance. I think I was going to make it 6 months or a year, but I know people get kind of scared when I say 6 months or years. What did I hate it? Don't worry. I don't want to work with you if we hate each other. So don't worry. There's no worries there. I do think the longer you work with me, the better. Basically, I think the longer you work with anyone, the better, because you've had years and years of conditioning to get you where you are right now. I always kind of slightly amused when people think that everything's going to change in like 1 week. It's like, are you kidding me? Of course it's not. You've had years to kind of get to where you are, and now you think you're going to change that conditioning in 1 week? I don't think so. So you know what? I start with 90 days with the you can renew at the same price, because I know the price will be going up. But if you join in this 90 days, you can renew the next 90 days at the same level of investment as right now. Okay, and this is the cheapest it will ever be. Okay, and I hate the word cheap because sometimes that undermines what I'm putting in here. But then I remember the vision, Project 334K. So mine is not necessarily to just inflate the price for the sake of inflating the price. I really do want you guys to access it. Okay, but I also know it's at a level that anyone serious can access. Okay, and that's absolutely fine. And I know it will also go up. Okay, but for now, go over to rosemarynonnyknight.com/abundance and see what is on offer. Read through the page, and if it resonates, join in. Don't hesitate. Don't delay. Join in, okay? You've done the hesitating and delaying. I did that for so many years. It was just such a waste of time, such a waste of time. I sometimes look back at the time I wasted, and I'm sorry, but I do feel regret, okay? Yes, all of it has brought me to this moment, and it's all perfect and all of that stuff, but you know what? I still feel regret at the time I wasted, okay? Because we get one life. We may come back as butterflies or caterpillars or mermaids. Who knows? But we don't know. What we do know is that we have this one life right now, okay? And that we are pretty blessed right now to have the opportunity to step into the life that we are born to live. So we have no reason not to take up the opportunities as they present themselves to us. And this Abundance Mastermind is an opportunity for you. Join in. Go and have a look at it. rosemarynonnyknight.com/abundance and join in, okay? Okay, I'm going to bring my musings to an end. I might even watch some TV this evening. I'm thinking, I have a thing for Grimm. I don't know if anybody else watches that. But I always like the supernatural kind of things. I used to like the Buffys and the Angel and Twilight series. Yes, I am that kind of weird Christian. That loves all the dark stuff. Except, the truth is, my husband is more into the more realistic, I don't know, what kind of things does he watch? And I just think they're so negative. But he looks at mine and thinks they're just so the same, but they're just supernatural. And I'm like, yeah, because I know that it's not real. So it doesn't matter. Whereas yours seem too real. It could happen. The things you're watching could happen. Whereas mine, yeah, they're unlikely to ever happen. I mean, in an alternate universe, there might be vampires and blue bods and who knows what, basically. But right now, in my current world, there's no such thing. So it's completely imaginary. But anyway, I love that stuff. Love that stuff. Anyway, I shall leave you guys now. I've mused enough. It's time to fight for and to deliberately design the life you were born to live. Thanks for hanging out with me for this period of time. I don't even know how long it was. But much love, guys. Go forth and prosper in whatever it is that you're doing. And remember, I choose my dreams. I choose my calling. I choose my vision. I choose me. Me. Okay then. The Because I Want to lifestyle is absolutely yours to create whenever you choose to. Much love. Bye.